Hello and welcome to A Slice of Pie, the semi-weekly news-ish show that we do on this channel. The Linus Tech Tip channels has reached 10 million subscribers, and for that massive milestone, Linus did a live stream where he kind of opened up to the community and kind of just let it all out. Now, he's not actually retiring, even though the video is titled I'm Thinking of Retiring. He's just contemplating it, because honestly, if you listen to what he was saying in the video, it makes a lot of sense. Even at a small level like this YouTube channel, I do dedicate a large portion of my life to recording and editing videos. I can only imagine doing this full time would be what I do times 10. I just really want to say thank you to the Linus Tech Tips channel for actually giving me the courage to build something as crazy as this setup right here. Essentially, they made everything really approachable. Oh, and if it goes without mentioning, Nova build is also complete. Looks amazing, but there's a whole video on it, so we'll save too much of a look at it until then. The GPU wars are underway. They didn't just begin with the 5700 XT, they have gone into full force officially as of the 5600 XT. The chain of events were rather dramatic leading into this. AMD announced the 5600 XT to compete against the 1660 Ti from Nvidia. Nvidia countered this by lowering the price of the 2060 by partnering with EVGA to release the 2060 KO at the same price as the RX 5600 XT. But then after a pre-order period, that price went to $300, making it up roughly $20 to $30 more than the 5600 XT. AMD then started leaking information about overclocking on the 5600 XT, saying it actually has quite a bit of room, but that really wasn't enough. So they then released a BIOS update that allowed the cards to run at a much higher frequency with a bit more power draw. This actually took the cards from competing with the 1660 Ti to competing with the 2060, and in suit, Nvidia then lowered the price of the normal 2060 to match the price of the upgraded 5600 XTs. Now, now that all of that has happened, we essentially have in the $300 range two cards that literally fight each other, and it's amazing. This price range is where I started PC gaming, and it's where I think a lot of people are when it comes to PC gaming, around the $300 mark for your GPU. That being said, after all of that excitement, it got weird, like really quickly. So certain board partners for the 5600 did not intend for the boards to be able to overclock to the same level that AMD released the VBIOS for. So certain models are not getting the upgrade and are going to perform like they did originally. Other cards are going to perform as AMD expected, and then some of them are going to meet them halfway in the middle. So things like the MSI Mech will not get it, the Mech OC will get it, and it's just become very confusing, and now it's down to the board partners to specify which kind you're going to get. I think they should just start adding some numbers at the end, you know, make it like the 5650 or something like that to indicate that it's halfway between a 5600 and a 5700. God, that sounds like Nvidia's shit. All right, but then after that, so AMD had a weird launch, and some of the cards are better and some of them are not. Nvidia somehow accidentally put 2080 chips into the 2060 KO, meaning some 2060 KOs will outperform almost anything in their product stack, excluding a 2080 and a 2070 2070 Super, because they're the same die. And of course the TIs in productivity. Like, and Nvidia didn't intend to do this. This wasn't like a underhanded move. No, when they found out, they were shocked and surprised. And EVGA, who is the one making the chips, was like, oops. So Nvidia and AMD have had a weird week with lots of exciting news, and it's become a train wreck, honestly. Nvidia is releasing cards that they essentially didn't intend to release, and AMD is doing something. Essentially, competition is great and the GPU wars are interesting. I think both sides kind of shot themselves and each other repeatedly. So now, essentially your choices are, you do the research and you get a 5600 XT that performs more like a 5650, or you go at Nvidia and you gamble a little bit and hope you get that 2080 core inside 2060 and then eat up that extra performance with the CUDA cores. Okay, here's some things upcoming on this channel. There is going to be a live stream tomorrow since I have the day off, and I figured why not stream Luigi's Mansion 3? I've been doing a let's play, but then also not recording the let's play, so we could just do it live, you know? Screw it. We're doing it live! You may have noticed that certain YouTubers have started uploading shorter content all of a sudden, and this is because YouTube themselves debunked the myth that runtime equals more views. So essentially, everyone was shooting for around 15 minutes because that was supposedly the sweet spot for both advertisers and viewers. Now, essentially, the algorithm works, and they explain this, by watch time per video length. It's a ratio. So essentially, if you have a 5-minute video and somebody watches all 5 minutes of said video, then you have a 100% watch time, or a 1-to-1. As opposed to somebody who watches a single minute but skips around your entire video. That person would only count for 20% of a view. So essentially, you want people to watch the whole thing and not necessarily watch something long. Vlog number 1 was uploaded this week, and vlog number 2 is on the way. We've got that one in the editing chamber, which is really just this desk with the lights off. It's the editing dungeon. Also, since Nova Build is done, there's a video on that and the case and the graphics card that I used. The graphics card is the closest to being completed. So some reviews are actually going to be dropping on this channel, which I do know that you guys seem to enjoy at least a little bit when I talk about stuff and like how they actually perform and do things. So yeah, that's coming up. And I think that's all the things in the pipeline right now. So let's get back into the news. Let's talk about some smaller stories. Nintendo will not allow you to refund a pre-order. They actually won a legal battle saying that they don't have to, because when you download a game or pre-order a downloaded game, it preloads onto your system and they are afraid that you can't revoke the data. Now, I get their point, but this is a bit of an anti-consumer practice, and realistically, I mean, this is why I don't pre-order. I don't pre-order because of shit like this, so I stick by it. Just don't pre-order. Asus Aura is finally under control. I was able to independently verify this. I actually wiped my copy of Windows and installed the newest version of Asus Aura Sync. I was actually having some issues at first until I launched the lighting controller setup, and once I did that, well, everything just kinda worked. So if you are running Aura and you're having consistent issues, like I know so many of you are, as you have watched my video on that, I know it sucks, but create a backup of your Windows and essentially just restart it. You wanna get all those old services out of there so that you can get the new ones in, and that should work fine. The new services do seem to be a lot more stable and a lot less likely to cause issues. Nvidia Scores are going to be invalid on the current version of 3D Mark if you are running the 2020 drivers. Something AMD did, and I'm not entirely sure what they did, affects the tessellation on 3D Mark. Now, unfortunately, this is kind of an issue because the scores are fluctuating anywhere on my 5700 XT from like a 9,000 graphics score to like a 9,400 graphics score, which is 400 points entirely through software optimization, which is kind of insane. That being said, it does seem that there's something going on with that driver, and 3D Mark has going through the internet, we found a number of cases of people saying this. That being said, I have kind of only tested on the 2020 drivers, and so I know it got a 9,000 before on the 2019, and that was valid, but I don't know why it's refusing to validate on the 2020 drivers. We have some rumors about Big Navi and Nvidia's 3000 series graphics cards. They've been kind of just floating around a lot lately, and a lot of people have been talking about them. Some of them have been completely debunked. But what it does look like is Nvidia and AMD are kind of in a pissing contest right now to see who can get the most rumors out or who can get the other one to launch first. Launching first kind of allows the other one to make a reactionary move. So, GPU wars, honestly. Essentially, Big Navi is rumored to be able to dethrone the 2080 Ti, but if the 3080 Ti is ready, Nvidia can take back their throne in a single move. So, you know, it's a very exciting time to be a PC gamer because there's just so much going on. Sega announced the year of Sonic. You know, after the first Sonic trailer, I honestly did not think that was possible, but after the new ones and how everyone's been reacting, it's very much possible that we could actually have a year of Sonic that doesn't suck. I'm not gonna get my hopes up too high because they have been teasing a Sonic Adventure style thing, and as much as I love that game series, I am afraid to have Sega touch it after they have failed so spectacularly at every game afterward. Cyberpunk has been delayed along with Doom Eternal, actually, leaving Animal Crossing the only game that's releasing next month that I am interested in. Very weird about that, isn't that?
Yeah!
Yeah, Animal Crossing! Yeah! I was gonna slay demons! I was going to bang robot chicks! Instead, I'm going to pay off my mortgage! Yeah! Hey, speaking of disappointment, guess what the next Smash DLC character is? It's an anime fighter with a sword from Fire Emblem. I'll be honest, they were so self-aware of that meme that they actually they called it out. There was a point in the trailer where like the two characters were talking and one of them was like, there were too many sword wielders, huh? Here, use a spear or a bow or any other thing. And I was like, okay, you cheeky bastards. That is actually pretty good. The reveal trailer was funny. The character looks all right. And we're getting more DLC fighters. I think we're getting 6 more DLC fighters, which is, for the same price as the first DLC pass. So yeah, honestly, insane. But Nintendo announced the Direct in the middle of the night. I was up already, and then I was like, I'm not gonna stay up for this. This is way too early in the morning. I'm so glad I did it. For those of you who actually like ESO, like myself, there is a new piece of DLC coming out, and it is called Greymoor. This DLC will take you to Solitude, one of my personal favorite cities in all of Skyrim. Yes, you're going back to Skyrim, and this is a plot that revolves around the Volcahair vampires, which you did fight in Skyrim, which is rather interesting. I do wonder if maybe they are setting it up so that we could see Serana before she gets put into the coffin, or maybe are the events that lead her sealing herself away, because she did say she was sealed away for thousands of years. I think it was thousands of years. Oh my god, I can already call the plot now. And then finally, a nice little story to end on. Cooler Master changed the shape of their thermal paste in a brilliant marketing move. They blamed drugs. That's all. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do this type of stuff every other week. So yeah, thank you guys again. Wolfie, out.